What's up everyone, my name is Michael and welcome to Boxmining Daily. Today we're going to start off with the market recap followed by this Bitcoin speculation bubble thing debate. It's coming back up and we have two new people entering the fray, Warren Buffett and Peter Thiel, saying different things. We also have Intel partnering up with Ledger, the guys that create the Ledger Nano S, and they want to make your crypto holdings more secure. And then Japan's exchanges, they're taking a lot of Chinese customers, or desperate Chinese customers as they call it. And I want to summarize my recent trip to Shanghai, and I want to talk a little bit of the China situation over there. I like to say that things covered here are my personal opinion and not financial advice. So let's start off with the market first of all. So if you look at the top 10, there's a whole lot of nothing happening. So everything's kind of staying steady apart from Bitcoin Cash, which rose around 7%. With Bitcoin staying very stable at around 5,858. So it's really staying rock solid right now. And Ethereum is staying just a little bit under 300 at 297. So the market cap right now is at around $170 billion. So it's pretty much at a very all-time high. The thing is though, the alt currency markets are falling a little bit. So we do see a lot of red apart from coins like Zcash and Tron, maybe First Coin, and Vertcoin as well. We do see general drops in the market today. So it just seems like the altcoins are dropping a little bit after the rallies. And right now, I think people are definitely very uncertain of what's going to happen next. We have the SegWit 2x debate looming and cropping up there. But we also might have some news from China coming out. So people are just kind of in the middle, caught up in the middle as well. So it's important to discuss that right now. It seems like the media attention and the discussion has moved to this kind of bubble debate yet again. So we have Warren Buffett coming in and saying, hey, you know what? This is a real bubble. He says that you can't really evaluate Bitcoin. It's not a value producing asset. You know, this guy has a lot of experience in running or investing in companies and looking at the teams running these value producing assets. The thing is definitely Bitcoin's not one of them there. It's completely different. So we had this debate before, how do we even evaluate Bitcoin, something completely new like this, and it's so hard to put a value on Bitcoin. We do want to say, of course, that Bitcoin is stealing a lot of trades and attention and media attention as well from traditional assets because of the incredible speed it's growing. And there's definitely a lot of uncertainty in the air because it has grown so fast. But on the other hand, we have someone like Peter Thiel, and he says that Bitcoin is very undervalued. And this goes with this whole idea that everyone can have their different opinion and everyone can. It's so hard to read the market about these things. One thing, of course, is that we are finding new ways to use blockchain technology, but technology is moving at a very slow pace. So these market movements are not reflected in the technology. So I do want to point that out. I do want to point out another thing as well is that Warren Buffett might have his own reasons for coming out and saying these things. Maybe, he doesn't understand cryptocurrencies and he wants it to disappear. But also I want to say that a lot of people do quote Warren Buffett a lot, especially in YouTube videos that I watch. And now that we know that he doesn't like crypto, maybe we should stop quoting him. So the next topic is quite interesting for anyone that holds cryptocurrencies because holding cryptocurrencies is extremely hard to do well. We've seen exchanges getting hacked. We've seen just a lot of these hacks out there targeting cryptocurrency wallets. The reason is because cryptocurrency transactions cannot be reversed. So if the hacker gets your funds, then it's gone. So we do have things like the Ledger Nano S to protect us from that. But what about things that are even bigger than that for institutions? Can we make this even better and safer for everyone? One of the main barriers to cryptocurrency adoption is definitely the fact that cryptocurrencies are so hard to store well. So Intel is trying to look at this with Ledger and they're trying to come up with new solutions. So they have, a blockchain open ledger operating system and they want to use that and guard cryptocurrencies. We do know that security is super important in this space, and Intel coming in here and trying to provide solutions or looking for solutions for this, it might mean a lot for the future of cryptocurrency adoption because I really feel like this is one thing that we need to get right in order for cryptocurrencies to be adopted because no one wants to come back home one day and realize that all their assets are gone. So one thing that's come out of Japan recently is one of their exchanges, Quoine, I guess that's how you pronounce it. they have been saying that these Chinese people are desperate to get into their exchange. The thing is, local exchanges, for example, BTC China, they have closed their doors and they have stopped trading. So the largest exchanges in China have very much stopped trading, especially the fiat to crypto gateways. There are a few that might be like running around and staying low key. So that is why there is a little bit of trade volume in China, but the big exchanges have closed and the Chinese have resorted to trading overseas. So this is kind of the current changes that are happening. And people have been asking me, what's happening in China? What's going to happen? And after the Congress meeting, why aren't there any announcements? I think a lot of people are anticipating announcements after the Chinese meeting. So I'll discuss a little bit about that, but I do want to tell you guys that there are exchanges that are accepting a lot of Chinese users, and there's things such as VPN that allows Chinese users to get it. It's not as convenient and they can't use as many bots for it, but definitely we can see volume being, coming outside of China. So what is happening in China? Is China really closing its doors? And what's the current climate over there? So if you know that earlier on this week, I was in China and I was visiting people and checking up different projects there. So blockchain there is alive. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that these projects are moving forward in China. They're still doing blockchain, but one thing you can't touch is ICO and exchanges. So exchanges in general are moving overseas. So now there's a lot of Chinese exchanges, for example, Binance, they're expressing and trying to actively expand into other regions. Technically, they're not allowed to accept Chinese users and they have made no comment on that regard. One thing is that they are also trying to move their teams overseas as well. So they want to continue operating, but they don't want to be in China just in case there's always these sudden fluctuations in things. There aren't any new announcements yet. So it's in terms of, notifications from the government or any new rumors coming up, there are anything substantial to talk about. Everyone's still keeping silent and making sure they're not causing a lot of trouble. So we're still at that phase where everyone wants to stay quiet and don't want to announce anything, and they're just waiting for the central government to announce things. The thing is, of course, the central government is taking a long time. They are the party with the most power. So I want to make sure that you guys know that in China, the central government is the one with the most authority, and provincial governments usually follow suit. So when nothing amounts from the central government and or from the banks or anything substantial, it's mostly a waiting game, and people are very cautious of now. So that's my current feeling of what's happening in China. I did visit offices of Binance and that's coming up, and I can show you guys what's kind of happening over there. So one thing I want to discuss after this video and for my future videos is Bitcoin a bubble? This has been something that's in the back of everyone's mind, especially with the SegWit 2x debate coming up. So what do you guys think about Bitcoin? What do you guys think of this whole market and this growth overall? And what do you feel of this current situation right now? I'd love to hear what you guys think and discuss this with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe to this video and click that little notification bar to be updated with the latest videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.